Alright guys, so recently I've been playing a game that you may have not even ever heard of, and that game goes by the name of Cuisine Royale. I know, it's a weird name, but to be honest with you, it's kind of a weird game that I just so happened to fall in love with. Now let's get one thing really clear before we go further in this video. This game is literally meant to be a meme. It's meant to make fun of all of the battle royales that exist on the market, kind of make a mockery of them, and just be a silly, fun thing to play. And it does that perfectly. I want you to, for a moment, imagine the idea that PUBG, H1Z1, and Apex Legends had some type of weird love child. And that love child is Cuisine Royale. The game supports solos, duos, and a squad mode with the option to fill random players if you don't have a full team or not. There are 4 characters to pick from, each with their own separate character model and each with their own special, unique character ability. They're also really naked. Also, before I go any further, I just want to mention this game is free to download on Steam and console. That being said, when you first install the game, unless you want to shell out some real life money, you're only going to be able to play with the first 2 characters. That is the first guy and the chick. The male special ability is that he turns into a quote-unquote beast mode where he takes less damage from bullets, he's faster, jumps higher, and just beats the ever-loving shit out of people with his bare hands. The female special ability is kind of like if you've ever played the old Max Payne video games where you can slow down time in your point of view and your targets become a little bit more visible. So she's kind of like a skill shot all, if you will. Time doesn't slow down for anybody else though when you use her ability, so you gotta keep that in mind. It's some weird timey-wimey bullshit that I'm not really 100% on how it works efficiently, so I don't use her that much, but she's there for you. I'm not gonna go super in depth with the other 2 characters just because people have to pay to unlock them, but if you want to know, the Native American guy has an invisibility move, and the guy that looks like Thor does what you think Thor would do. He can shoot up into the air and pick a direction to aim down on, and he does some damage when he crashes to the earth. There's an entire battle pass system and in-game storage, just like you'd expect with any modern day game. I'm not going to delve into it here, but just know that it does exist, and in my opinion, the prices are pretty fair. So first and foremost, when you spawn into the map, and I do say spawn into the map, it's a little bit different than every other battle royale. You know that whole battle bus thing that almost every game does? You know, Apex Legends, PUBG, Fortnite, what H1Z1 did, where you fall down from the sky and it's basically just filler time and you pick where you want to go? Yeah, none of that. That's all gone. Cuisine Royale takes the decision making out of where you land, and it just spawns everybody in a different spot randomly at the beginning of each match. You'll be armed with a knife to defend yourself, and basically all you do is as soon as you spawn, you start looting everything that's around you. Now what this random spawn every time actually does for the overall experience of Cuisine Royale is it takes a lot of the waiting and a lot of the filler time out between games. There's no pre-game lobby waiting to get on the battle bus, there's no waiting on the battle bus, and there's no waiting while you're diving down to your landing spot. Once you hit ready up, the matchmaking system starts, and when it has enough people, you're in the map. That's it. No waiting, no bullshit, you're right in. Game after game after game. While it's obviously cool to be able to pick your own landing spot, and I do like that other games do that, this system makes it really fun and less frustrating when you spend an entire game looting just to die, to now have to wait 5 to 6 minutes before you're in the action again. There's none of that in Cuisine Royale. You're in the action as soon as you hit the ready button, and it's awesome. I love it. So the first thing you'll probably notice upon spawning, besides the fact that you're basically butt naked and you may or may not have an extremely chiseled physique, is that the game looks and feels and plays fantastically. I've never had any FPS problems, I've never had any tearing problems, stuttering, anything like that. The game plays in high frames, and it looks incredible compared to games like PUBG that have been out for ages and still can't get their game right. I mean, this game is supposed to be a meme, but it plays better than a lot of the big titles out there. I still can't believe it. As you're looting, you're gonna start to see things that make this game a meme, and you're gonna be like, what the hell did I just pick up? Almost all of the low-tier armor in this game is cooking equipment of some sort. Cooking equipment. For your level 1 helmets, you might get a spaghetti strainer, you might get a pot. Your level 1 body armor is literally just a pan that you put on your chest. And don't you dare forget about the buttocks protection. That's right, what better thing to protect your ass with in a war zone than a double-sided cast iron waffle skillet? Your main source of shoulder armor in the game are going to be 2 metal mixing bowls, and you also get to equip some right and left leg armor individually that I'm pretty sure are just some more cast iron skillets. With the exception of being naked pretty much, unless you own a cosmetic skin, you'll begin to look a little more like a normal soldier as you loot better tier armor throughout the game. That's not where the wacky, crazy, random stuff stops tops though, I assure you. Each character can also hold 2 unique items that fit into your 2 unique item slots. For the sake of not knowing what those slots are called, I'm going to call them relic slots. Now you can mix and match whatever relics you want as you find them throughout the game, and really hold on to the 2 that fit your playstyle that you want to play best. And they actually do have a really big impact on the game, so I suggest you learn the differences and experiment with all of them and really play to their strengths. There's a cigar that gives you 40% additional health points. There's the IV bag of regeneration, where your character literally hooks up to an IV strapped to their back and can gain 0.7 hit points per second in health regen. There's these things that I like to call bunny boots, where you can jump 2 to 3 times higher than you normally would, which makes it really easy and helpful to scale up and get on top of rooftops. They also make for some really sick jump shots. There's plenty more of these in the game, so I suggest you hop in and just kind of test the waters a bit. Your entire inventory system is also dictated by a weight limit. Similar to other games, if you're carrying too much, you won't be able to pick anything else up until you either drop something or get a bigger bag. Admittedly, these bags look ridiculous because they're literally floppy shopping bags that just flail around on the front of your character. You got small, medium, and large here. There's a whole ton of weapon variety in this game, and I do mean a ton. You got pistols, SMGs, shotguns, assault rifles, single shot rifles, sniper rifles, rocket launchers, and everything else in between. The game is a giant sandbox where they said, hey, let's throw all the guns we can think of and just put them in. While the weapon variety is great, I will say this. There are no ammo types in Cuisine Royale. Once you have a certain gun, you need to find more of that exact gun's ammo. No 5.56, no 2.23. If you have an AKM, you need to find AKM mags, and that is it. There's going to be a lot of situations where it's just easier after a really intense fight to just take one of the enemy team's guns that they had on their body. There are definitely guns that are more common than others on the map, but it is a little bit hard to find ammo for certain types of weapons. As far as weapon attachments, the game keeps it very simple, and I actually appreciate that. The only real attachments you're going to get for any of these weapons are scopes, and that's it. I believe there's a 3.5 scope, a 4x scope, and a 6x scope. There might be some others, but as far as I can tell, that's it. And not every rifle can use these scopes. There are certain single-shot rifles and assault rifles like the M4 or the Johnson rifle that can't use any scopes. There's just no attachment slot for them. But in my opinion, having almost no attachments in this game just fits the overall theme of the game perfectly. You don't want to be super focused on inventory management like you are in PUBG, or having the correct attachments and figuring out zeroing distance and all that stuff. This game's not meant for that. This game is literally meant to just have a good time, and I love that they keep it simple. The last major thing to touch on that you should know going into playing Cuisine Royale is the in-game souls currency. Remember those abilities we talked about that each character has? Souls are going to be the only thing that allow you to use those abilities. So how do you get souls exactly? Well, you probably guessed it, killing other players. Each player kill you get will reward you with a certain amount of souls, and the enemy player that you kill will drop a tombstone that you can then melee to destroy and get a little bit of additional soul. Using your character's ability will cost you a certain amount of soul depending on the ability, but you can use it multiple times if you have enough souls throughout the game. So getting those kills up is going to be your top priority if you want to be using those OP abilities. In addition to using your character abilities with souls, there's another way you can use souls, and that's with the thing called rituals. There are so many different rituals to unlock in this game, and basically they work the same as your character ability. Once you earn a certain amount of souls, they'll be available to use. But there's a twist. These rituals affect everybody on the map, including you. There's rituals that make everybody jump 10 times higher, and there's rituals that spawn an entire zombie horde that run after and attack everybody, which can be a real pain in the ass. Either way, when they do get used, rituals create a lot of funky and chaotic moments on the map. And honestly, it's something I've never seen done in a battle royale before, so kudos to Cuisine Royale for implementing something new in the space. And last but not least, just to touch on a couple additional features that are in the game. Throughout the map, you can find random refrigerator spawns out in the open, near houses, that'll give you different items depending on the rarity of the refrigerator. Sometimes you'll just get food with your normal refrigerators, and other times you'll get premium loot fridges or the coveted tactical loot fridge, which will reward you with tons of super good armor and possibly a really good weapon. One other seemingly novelty feature on the map is the addition of these things called slot machines. You'll find random slot machines scattered throughout the map, and as you're looting, you'll also come across these things called Aztec coins. Hold on to those coins and use them the next time you see a slot machine. It costs 15 coins, but you might just get something really good out of that bad boy. When all is said and done, I honestly think Cuisine Royale really scratches that spot of just wanting something fun and refreshing to play without having to try so hard. You can take the game as serious as you want it. The game provides in-game leaderboards, and there are people who really sweat at this game, just like anything else, but it's only as serious as you let it be. Have fun with your friends and enjoy yourself. This game will literally give you endless laughs. It's a different experience every time. And for something that's a free-to-play game with no pay-to-win aspects, in my opinion, there's a lot of quality content here. So slap on your pots and pans and your waffle maker ass protection and go have some fun in Cuisine Royale. You won't regret it. If you enjoyed the video, guys, please make sure to give a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. It really helps out the channel. Drop a comment letting me know down below what more content you want to see about Cuisine Royale, and I will get around to making it. If you're not already following me on my Twitch channel or my TikTok, make sure you do. I will leave the links to those in the description below, but just so you know, it's Lucci TV at both of those. And until next time, as always, peace.